Welcome back. It is AM 1050 WLIP, the truth about weight loss. Hope you're having a good Saturday morning. Cheri from Weight Loss MD and Wellness is here. I'm Pete. We're talking supplements today, and now we're going to get into some specifics when it comes to supplements. And I think, Cheri, we'll start with the more general and get more specific for how an individual might know what they need. But you kind of referenced a little bit earlier that there is a certain list of vitamins, supplements, nutrients, whatever it is that you think most, if not everybody, could benefit from.
Yes, absolutely. So I will just kind of go down the list. I think there's 5 of them and just provide a little, insight into that. But the main ones, I guess the biggest bang for your buck, to really change your health is going to be number 1 is vitamin D. Vitamin D is really probably one of the most important nutrients that humans need. And again, it's not found really in many foods. I mean, it's found in some fish, it is found in, some dairy, but that's pretty much it. It is the majority of people, there's been so many studies done on vitamin D, and the majority of people are actually deficient. So we're not testing it regularly. It's not part of like a regular panel when you're going in for your annual test. So the majority of people really don't even know what their levels are. And what I tell people is if you can get it tested, absolutely. But you need it. So you just start taking it and see if you start to notice anything. I mean, it's so important for so many different things. I mean, the main things are your immune health, your bone health. One of its main roles, vitamin D, is to help absorb calcium. And calcium obviously is very important for bone health. What I will say about vitamin D that most people don't know about is that it really needs to be taken with vitamin K2. And the reason why we always combine vitamin D with K2 is because K2 is like the shuttle of calcium. And, so some people have heard of like calcification, or they've been told that, they have a risk for calcification in their arteries. And that's because when calcium is being absorbed into your body, it's actually going into the arteries and not going into the bone. So what vitamin K2 can do, it actually shuttles the calcium to the bone where it's supposed to go. So rather than just pumping these super high doses of vitamin D at people, again, you have to really know how to to make sure that it's doing what it's supposed to do. So that one to me is a no-brainer. The second one is fish oil, omega-3 fats. We're really not getting a lot of fish in our diets. And the omega-3s, so like the DHA, is so crucial. I think it's 70% of our brain is actually made up of fat. And we need these omega fats to actually nourish our brain. And so a fish oil supplement is crucial. I mean, it helps with so many other things as well, along with brain health, but inflammation in the body, your skin, your nails. I mean, so many things can be supported by fish oil. What I will say is this is one of the supplements that you do have to get you have to use a high quality company without a doubt. Fish oil, so they're fatty acids. These acids can become very rancid very quickly, especially if they're a poor quality. And so if you are someone who's taking a fish oil and you notice like you get heartburn or you have that fishy aftertaste, then it's likely that fish oil has become rancid and it's actually more detrimental to your health and it's not doing anything for you. So, again, something to think about as you're looking for that type of supplement. The other thing is magnesium. Every single person needs to be on magnesium. It helps as a whole host of things. It's involved in 300 different chemical reactions in the human body. So if you're walking around with a deficiency, those 300 chemical reactions are not happening, right? So the body is like compensating and trying to pull from other areas. So magnesium is crucial. Everyone needs to be on it. There's different forms. Again, I'm not going to get into the different forms, but just getting magnesium in your body is definitely going to support your health. The other one is probiotic, and then there's the prebiotics, but a probiotic is live bacteria. So it is live bacteria that has been shown to be of benefit to our bodies. Now, again, we could have a whole section, a whole segment on probiotics in itself, but I think just be mindful when you're taking a probiotic. If you don't notice anything, then it's probably not the one for you, because there's so many different strains of bacteria that you really do need to be strategic in knowing like what is the one that you actually need. And the last one I will say is like B vitamins. So like a B complex, where you have like your B12, your B5, your B6, folate. Those are like the key ones. And this one is where you have to make sure you're getting the good high quality form of Bs, because if you get a cheap form of B vitamins, your body is not even absorbing it. So be really mindful of that. The last thing I'll say is if you're taking like B12 by itself as an oral supplement, I would advise people not to do that, because it requires a pretty sophisticated absorption process, and the majority of people have gut issues. They're not producing what's called intrinsic factor, which actually absorbs vitamin B12, and so you have to rely on a lot of things to happen. So what I'll tell people to do, like a sublingual, or have a intramuscular injection for B12. So those are like the core ones that I believe everyone should be on.
Such valuable information, Cheri Stoka, and I hear myself well represented talking about those supplements. I mean, we've mentioned before once I needed that the B12, a specific part and kind of B12, as a matter of fact. Magnesium is one that I really benefited from right away, and these are ones I can tell you from firsthand experience. Once you start them, I mentioned D earlier. I mean, you notice it. You start to notice your body functioning better.
You absolutely do. And that's why I said it's like the biggest bang for your buck, because, all these other things, do we really need it? Like these are the core ones that you need. We know that you need them. So people do notice right away. And I'm glad that you did too, because I remember we've talked about this and so many things, especially the B, the B complex, that methylated B that you started, which, changed so much for you.
It really did, and it was so amazing to me that something that was so readily available. Again, getting the right kind and knowing which one is readily available that you should use. So those are the ones, and that's a pretty good thumbnail sketch of ones everybody could benefit from, Cheri, when it comes to supplements. But when it comes to the specific individual, how do we go about finding out for ourselves which specific supplements we might need?
Yeah, well, it is really looking at the person and knowing what their medical and nutrition history is. It's also digging deeper into symptoms that they're having. And when we understand kind of what is going on with somebody, do they have autoimmune? Do they have diabetes? Do they have heart disease? What is going on with the person, so then we can take that information along with any symptoms that they're having and make recommendations according to that. And that is the kind of like the first step in really helping people feel better quicker.
Is there a risk to it? I mean, if you go in and you start taking supplements without knowing what you may or may not need specifically, and without a professional opinion behind it, other than just wasting your money or buying a bad product, is there any kind of harm that can come from it?
Yeah, there are interactions that supplements can have with certain medications. And, so when we're recommending certain supplements, we're definitely looking at their history. We're looking at what medications they're currently taking. But absolutely, that needs to be factored in, especially when you've been taking a product for a long period of time.
Yeah, I feel like there's an assumption that, well, you can buy it over the counter. It must be safe. And I guess generally speaking, it probably is. But there again, you don't always know. You can take too much aspirin too and have a negative effect, and it's over the counter. So you got to be so aware of all these different factors.
I know you really do, and it's really quite unbelievable. I mean, the human body is really quite unbelievable, and it's trying to do so much with what you're giving it. And when we're able to really hone in on what the body actually needs, that's when things just start to work optimally. So again, without going down in a deeper hole of making it sound complex, that's where it's like take a step back, learn a little bit more about what your needs are, and start there.
And this is one of those things too. I mean, obviously, you're from Way Less MD and Wellness in Kenosha. You've got other locations, waylessmd.com. This is something that if people want to reach out to you and to your staff, you can kind of point them in the right direction on this, along with so many other different things, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We're big into supplements for a lot of different reasons. What I will say, I think will be really, really helpful for people is that we have an online supplement dispensary. And so the supplements that we have on our online dispensary are high quality supplements. We have went and we've taken that a step further, and we've basically handpicked all of the highest of those supplements, and we created different protocols. So you can literally go to you can go to our website, you scroll down, it says full script, supplement, create an account. Once you create an account, you will have access to all of our high quality supplements that literally I went through and chose, because I look at everything in great detail. But like I said, the other cool thing is there's protocols. So let's say you're trying to address your high blood pressure, or you're trying to, find something for your cholesterol. You don't want to take a statin anymore. What's an alternative? Maybe you're looking to support your immune health. There's a protocol for that. So I think that this really makes it easier for our patients, for sure.
Yeah, it definitely does. And so user-friendly to have it through waylessmd.com. Cheri Stoka from Wayless MD and Wellness. I want to make sure that we leave enough time, because we got maybe 5 to 7 minutes left here to talk about some actionable items that people can take. And I know we were talking about visiting the website and setting up an account and doing that, but aside from that, what are some other takeaways that people should have here? Trying to, again, sum it all up, give it in some actionable points that people can take.
Yeah, well, of course, the first thing is always going to be clean up your diet. Don't try to supplement a poor diet, because really I think there might be some value in certain supplements regardless, but again, I do think it's going to be more of a waste of money if you're choosing to do other unhealthy things and then you're thinking that the supplement is going to provide that benefit to get you to your goals. So, definitely thinking about that again goes back to building the foundation. I think the other really important thing is to know, if you're taking supplements, know about the supplement. Why are you taking it, and what is in it, and is it making you feel better? Because again, I try to talk to my patients about listening to their body. If you're taking a supplement for 3 years and you're taking it to, say, improve your gut health, and your gut health has not improved, well, then it's time to maybe, look at some other things and look at some other options. The last thing I will say is find a credible company, whether that be using us, whether that be doing your own research, make sure that the company actually is a supplement company, because Amazon now is the place to go for supplements. And unfortunately, none of that is guaranteed to be actually come from the company that produced it. So there's a lot of that's going on in the supplement industry as it relates to knockoffs and fraud and things like that. I said this before and I tell you it all the time. Use Amazon for anything accept what you're going to put in your body. So supplements should not be bought from there. Definitely make sure that it's a reputable company. They've been, producing this stuff forever. They do studies on it, and feel comfortable with them before you decide to, purchase something.
I mean, it seems to me, Cheri Stoka, that you can go and do your own research, and that's good up until a point, but Weight Loss MD and Wellness has done the work. You've done the work personally, and you have the expertise that goes into that. And not just with supplements, but if you've been struggling with weight loss, yo-yo dieting, all that stuff, if you're like me and you just thought you're skeptical towards the whole thing for a good portion of your life, like I was all my life till I started a Weight Loss MD and Wellness, you got to get over there. You got to check it out, see if it's right for you, because chances are it's going to be. And it's going to get you back on the right track like it did for me, Cheri. And that's not just for supplements, but it's for everything health and wellness across the board.
Yeah, absolutely. And, it's all about prioritization, right? It's all about, being ready for taking this next step in your health, because, I'm doing this because obviously I'm passionate about it. I want people to hear the truth out there. I want to educate people. I mean, that's what it's all about. And everyone's on their own journey. So it's truly about hearing this information. One day you're going to wake up and say, you know what, I'm ready. And that's really what it's all about, is educating people. And when they're ready, then it's time to, take that step forward.
And the other thing I think of that I'm remiss we don't talk about enough is if you share Cheri's passion for getting that word out and helping people find the health and wellness in their lives. Weight Loss MD and Wellness is here in Kenosha. You have a clinic in Brookfield, but you're spreading out. You're going all over the country now with franchise opportunities, and this might be a great opportunity for somebody who's listening that's been looking to invest in something like this to take advantage and to help bring Weight Loss MD and Wellness to other markets.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm really, really excited and really proud of that part. I franchised the business towards the end of last year. So just starting to ramp up. We do have a location in Massachusetts. We will be opening up a location in Georgia. So, I have created a model that is easily incorporated into just any business. You can add it on to any business. If you're a Medi-Spa, you want to add weight loss, you can do that. Or you can open your own brick and mortar, So there's other ways to incorporate our programs that obviously help people lose weight, but also heal the body.
And what's great about it is it's science-backed. I mean, we talked about it a little bit last week, but I think it bears repeating. You dove into all of these different studies. You kind of looked into some of the, I don't know if the fine tuning or the fine language that goes in there, the small print, as they say, and you worked out all these different variables that were being overlooked, and you kind of brought them all together into these protocols, and to make it available to other people and to want to spread that word. I thought from the very beginning of this how lucky I was to be in Kenosha and for you to be in Kenosha and to make this connection. So I'm very, very happy and pleased to see that other people are going to be able to have that where they live and in their communities.
Yeah, absolutely. We've been doing this. I've had the business now for 8 years. And, honestly, we change people's health. It's not just about the weight loss. I mean, we're reversing diseases. And at the end of the day, that's how you accomplish long-term weight loss.
Yeah, that's a beautiful thing. It's treating the whole person for optimal weight loss at Weight Loss MD and Wellness. So let's pull in the plug one more time here, Cheri, in the last couple of minutes. People want to learn more about supplements, and maybe they want to learn more about Weight Loss MD and Wellness. Your weight loss programs are not, if you'll pardon the pun, one size fits all. They're customizable because everybody's body and situation is different. what's the best way to learn more about Way Less MD and wellness?
Yeah, so going to our website at waylessmd.com, signing up for our newsletter that we send out twice a month, for updates and nutrition tips and, just any promos and things like that. So that would be great information. We're doing now group consultations. So if you're not interested in coming in and doing a one-on-one, we do group consultations twice a week that you can now sign up for. And the last would be the full script, so the online dispensary. If you are interested in supplements and you want to look at what we have online, you can go to our website and then scroll down and create an account on Full Scripts and, look around in there and see what you find.
And I noticed, too, that if you go to waylessmd.com, click on Schedule a Discovery Session, you can do it in person, which is the more traditional, of course, or you can do it virtually. So from the convenience or wherever you are, say you've got a half hour over lunch at work and you can't really travel, but you would have some time then, it makes it super convenient.
Yes, absolutely. A large percentage of our consultations are now online. So that, it makes it very convenient for people. And now, again, we're working with people outside of, our area in other states and things like that. So that it obviously, if there's someone who's listening that lives far, that's an option for them.
Yeah, I know we got a lot of people who used to live in Kenosha move away. They stay connected to the community by listening to us at WLIP.com. And I've mentioned it before, but it bears repeating. Yeah, you do live in another state and you say, that sounds great. I wish it was back in Kenosha. waylessmd.com. Cheri and her staff can help you no matter where you are. And that's the great part about being able to do a lot of this virtually.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We have really created robust online programs as well. So we learned a lot, during COVID, and we're just continuing to build and expand every single day. So, and thank you. And obviously I attribute a lot to the opportunity with you guys at WLIP as well.
Well, it's been great. It's certainly been life-changing for me, Cheri. I saw somebody showed me an old video of Pudgy Pete over the weekend. That is motivation to keep going on the good path.
Oh,
that's for sure.
Yeah.
You bet.
Thank you.
You bet. Well, Cheri Stoka, always appreciate your time and your expertise and spending with us here on a Saturday morning. We'll catch up with you next Saturday. Have a great week.
You too. Thanks, Pete.
You bet. You've been listening to The Truth About Weight Loss. Have a great rest of your weekend. It is AM 1050 WLIP.